Okay, so this will really be our first training session as opposed to the grooming session that we did earlier today. He did good. I would like you, if you're not already, I'm assuming you're not based on his behavior, but that could just be the new home too. So, it's one of those things. Anyhow, he needs naps, right? And he needs naps in his kennel, or naps in a playpen, or naps where he's not sitting on you, unless you're going to sit still for a couple hours, okay? And he needs them a minimum of twice a day. 3 times a day, 4 times a day would be totally acceptable. He should be sleeping at least 16 hours every day. So 8 hours overnight at a minimum. You can always put him to bed earlier if you're going to go to bed earlier. Or if you're going to go to bed later, you can put him to bed at 9 o'clock. And then you could have him, excuse you, this is not helpful. Hi, thank you. You're very silly. But he should be napping during the day. Now, I assume that you have school, and I assume that you have work, or whatever. But I'm not really sure what your setup looks like. It's not very motivating, is it, darling? This is just kibble. So, I don't know, is he napping while you're in school? And are you in school for a couple hours? How much time out is he getting? That kind of thing. So that's something that you can kind of play with. But based on his behavior today, and the fact that I put him away twice in a kennel to take a nap, and he did not nap either time. Now, to be fair, I put him away and then I left. And there was other people here, and the other dogs were here. And so he was like, this is stupid. I would like to come out and play. But he really should have been napping. You are the silliest dog. Because it's really important for his brain and his development to nap a lot. He should sleep a lot. It will save you a ton of frustration and chaos in his teenage years if he naps now. Okay? I can guarantee it. They are so much more normal if we teach them to nap as puppies than if I have to convince them at 9 months of age and 18 months of age and 3 years of age that they need to take naps on a regular basis. If we can teach it now, your life will be a lot better. Okay? So, something to think about. He will get into that routine here. He gets 2 to 3 hours in the morning. We do a training session. He gets playtime. He gets breakfast. He goes potty. He goes back to sleep, at least for 2 hours. And then he comes out. He goes potty. He gets playtime. He might get another training session, depending on what else I'm doing that day. And then he goes back to napping for a couple hours. And then dinner is at like 5. So usually I would get him at 4. I'd take him to go potty. I'd probably do some training. And then he would get to stay out until about 9 o'clock at night. So that might be a slightly longer stretch of time. But however your routine looks, a good solid 2 to 3 hour stretch of napping twice a day, minimum. 3 times would be even better. Okay? So something for you to be aware of. So he is not interested in working for kibble. He does eat his kibble very well at mealtimes if I'm hanging out with him and watching him eat. But I did bring some Vitals for him. He's quite a fan of these. So, as I'm sure you know. Is that better? It's a little, that's a little more interesting. Okay. Yeah. And I know that you have already started rewarding with toys, and I'm all about that. But you can also use his meals. He does not need to eat out of a bowl. And I need to look at your paperwork and find out if you're already using toys, because I have not looked at that today to remind myself. Down. Maybe. I know Mom showed me that you laid down. Yes, that was so good. Good job. Maybe we could do this in front of the camera so Mom can see you. Come here. Well, come on. There you go. Good boy. So kissing noises are really great ways to get puppies to pay attention. Good job, Keller. Good boy. And you can reward it, right, very quickly. And we'll use this a lot outside when it comes to his walking. So I start out inside, convince him that I am going. Excuse you, ma'am. No. You don't. No. That's not necessary behavior. You are fine. So if something catches his attention, like a squirrel or another dog, you can kiss at him and get him to go, "Ooh, mom's got treats," and turn right back around, right? So I teach it inside, and then we transition it outside. And I teach it just like this. So it doesn't matter what noise you use. If you want to use a non-kissing noise at home, that's fine. I just don't whistle. Kissing is the easiest in my world. So it doesn't matter what you use, okay? Whatever you use, make sure you start by just rewarding it consistently inside, and then you lay down. Yes. Oh, I interrupted you. There you go. Good job. So one of the important things for him is for you to wait when you give him a command or a cue, right? We're telling him to lay down. I'm going to wait for him to do it without repeating myself, which is a bad habit we all have, right? But I want him to lay down the first time I ask, not the third time I ask. So I am going to ask him, and then I'm going to wait for his response. Lay down. And that will get faster the longer you wait, right? The more you wait and expect him to do it, the faster he will do it. Okay. Yeah, was a good boy. And then, of course, can you stand back up? Now, tomorrow I'm going to switch the treats out. And I'm going to show you the difference with the freeze-dried raw. Because I did the freeze-dried raw earlier today when we were doing something else for one of the other dogs. And he was really enthusiastic about those. So, the vitals are great. He has zero desire to work for kibble. And I'm assuming he does a really good job, based on the video you sent me, he does a really great job working for his toys, which is awesome. We love dogs that work for toys. But it's hard to teach dogs things when it comes to toys, at least for me. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, I need to teach it with a treat, and then I can change over to the toy to reward once the dog has a basic understanding of what I want. You don't have to sit. You can just come over here. There you go. Good boy. He's like, that was kibble. You tricked me. So that's it. Yes. We're not doing a whole lot today because this is his first day. And so I just wanted to kind of get to know him. And you totally spit that piece of kibble out. I know it's very tempting to teach your dog to sit on their butt like this. It is not a good idea at this age. Okay, I only did it so I could show you what I was talking about. Wait until he's over a year of age to teach that behavior. Okay, it's really important that his bones be nice and solid before you teach it. We don't teach it to dogs that have long backs, like Bassets and Dachshunds, but he is nice and compact, and it shouldn't be an issue to teach him that, but you do need to wait until he's about a year of age or so. 8 months to a year, because he's a little dog, and chances are his bones are going to be pretty solid before you get to that point. But that's rule of thumb, okay? Super important. Anyhow, most of this is just me chatting, and trying to figure him out. So, and him apparently feeling the need to clean himself in front of you. 'Cause you're really silly. You are so silly. You have such a great face. You do. Did you have an itch? It's amazing. I brushed you this morning and you'd never know. You have been playing and carrying on and being a goofball all day. All day. And so now you're don't even look like I brushed you. So I guess we have to do it again tomorrow. Yes, we do. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. I will introduce him at some point to the flirt pole, but I wanted to mention it to you. Lure coursing and flirt poles are going to be a very, very fun thing for him, and I highly recommend that you look into those. You may find that he's a big fan of spring poles as well, which are something you put in the ground and require no audience participation, whereas a flirt pole you get to handle. You can look both of those up online. They will come up with the results for dogs. And then he seems to really like water because he was sticking his feet in the water dish yesterday. So you may find he's a good swimmer. And if we get a nice day, I will take him down to the creek and see how he feels about swimming. But I would vote that you're going to have a lot of fun and you could do just about any sport you wanted to do with a dog like him, who really seems to enjoy just about everything, right? He likes toys, he likes to swim, he likes to play tug, he likes to chase things that move. So he's going to be a lot of fun. And so then it's just deciding what you want to play with him with. There's all kinds of fun stuff in Bloomington to do. Okay. I know. You are so silly. So silly. All right, we will talk at you later.